Then we get the emails. What's the next shoe to drop? And again, you know, we saw John Podesta leave the White House, according to the Clinton folks, to come into the campaign to be the adult in the room. What does that say about the rest of the people in the room? I mean, she's got to run the campaign. I was around Bill Clinton in '92 with him in February of '92 in New Hampshire. I was with Barack Obama here and in Virginia in '08. I tell you who ran those campaigns: Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Who the hell's running this campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said before, I think it's Hillary Clinton who's running it. Bob Barr, former congressman, Republican from Georgia, former vice chairman of the Government Reform Committee, and former senior member of the House Judiciary Committee, joins us. Hello, Congressman.
Good afternoon. Great to be with you all. A lot to talk about.
Lots to talk about. All right. I mean, this email thing with Hillary certainly comes as no surprise to you, does it?
Well, it certainly doesn't. We had problems with the Clinton emails going back to the early days of the Bill Clinton administration. We conducted a number of investigations through the Government Reform and Oversight Committee, on which I served, as well as the Judiciary Committee. Old habits are hard to break. This is typical Clintonism. Clinton Operation MO has Bill and Hillary written all over it.
So, as far as the regulations today, they're a lot different than when you were there. And as a matter of fact, the regulations that Hillary, allegedly broke here were instituted in '09. So, I mean, to claim either ignorance or it was too ambiguous, or, she just was following her predecessors, none of those hold water, do they?
None of them hold water, but of course that doesn't bother either Bill or Hillary Clinton. They have their friends in the so-called mainstream media who will continue to protect them. They'll make specious claims such as those that you indicated right there. They'll say, oh, the law wasn't clarified until 2013 and 2014 after I left office, so it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, apparently she had numerous email accounts, something like, I think, 7 at last count, off of her server. There's no way that any reasonable person or anybody who has even passing familiarity with how top-level government positions operate could believe that there was not classified, if not highly classified, material on these email accounts, and that they were somehow not really aware of the fact that government laws and regulations prevent and prohibit maintaining classified information and not making copies of all of those emails available to the government itself. I mean, it's so ludicrous.
Congressman, you got a report from the GAO back in 2001 talking about how the White House phone lines for classified information were left unsecured by Hillary Clinton's office.
Well, and I remember also Hillary criticizing President George W. Bush when there was an allegation made that some email or one particular email account that he had communicated with somebody on was not a proper government email account. But all of that's different. All of that's in the past, according to the Clintons. We need to look for the future here.
Yeah, well, looking towards the future. You also wrote a great piece for townhall.com where you talk about motives mattering, and you said it was a message to Republicans. And I couldn't agree with you more. Rudy Giuliani caught all kinds of flack for questioning motives. You either believe, and it's really an either or. You really have to believe that Barack Obama is an idiot and totally incompetent, or he knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to the Middle East, let's say, and all the countries that have fallen, and all the places where the Muslim Brotherhood have risen, and all the terrorists we're now fighting alongside. So I fail to believe that he's that totally incompetent.
Motives do matter. He and Hillary, for example, both of them know exactly what they're doing. They're very clever about how they do things and who they have on their side and how they manipulate the American people through the mainstream media, and how they are in turn manipulated by the mainstream media. Motives do matter, and the motives here, whether we're talking about Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton, are deeply corrupt.
Deeply corrupt and antithetical to the best interests of the U.S.?
Absolutely. It is certainly not in the best interest of our government to have the Secretary of State, much less others with whom she was dealing, sending emails on numerous different accounts while she was involved in very sensitive, very serious national security investigations and activities and communications. And the Chinese, I suspect, were having a field day accessing and hacking all of this information.
And the Iranians and the Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, anybody that knows anything at all about how governments operate, and particularly anything about how those governments that are adversarial to ours operate,
they absolutely had access to it.
Very serious security.
Congressman Barr, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. We're coming back, folks. Don't go away.